All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quick shout out to Parting. He just won the StarCraft 2 tournament 3-1.
Damn.
What's up?
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, actually, I spoke to Smix backstage at some point, and she said Parting was definitely like her favorite to win it as well. So pretty good call right
Apparently.
there. Yeah.
The king is back. That was great to see. It's great to see that Parting, he's still able to bring the pain, basically, and pick up another title.
Personally, I thought for sure that Marine King was going to beat Gumiho. I'm like Marine King.
You're a Marine King fanboy, aren't you?
Yeah. Him and MVP, yeah, man. I really miss MVP. Like the golden days. Damn.
MVP was beast.
Guy is like a complete monster.
It's all about Nestea, though, man. Gotta say. Zerg all the way, every day.
There's like MVP, and then there's everyone else. Okay, look.
All right, let's talk CS again.
Yeah, we're going to move into Titan right here. They're going to be playing Envy. This is like the two best French teams playing up against each other. It's RPK, Maniac, Existence, Apex, and Kenny S playing on the Titan team. And Maniac's still looking
he looks
great
so happy.
So it looks like he's actually trying to troll the whole picture. Like, you know, it's like the one guy who doesn't want to
conform. He's kind of like leaning into Existence as well. He just looks so happy. He's like, yeah, these guys, they're my team. They're my family. Yeah. I love them.
Kenny's also got, you know, like a little bit going on there on the side. All right, well, yeah, Titan did pretty well earlier today against Hellraisers, managed to beat them. And that was on Inferno, right? I believe so.
Yeah.
Pretty good matchup for Titan right there. Managed to show like a bunch of different things. Kenny had some good AWPing moments as well, which like we were talking about, it's been a little bit different since the patch. Not quite back to his Kenny level, but still pretty good.
Not by a long shot. I mean, it went so far as to start experimenting with like the bunny hop, like into the angle, scope, take the shot, you know, old 1.6 stuff basically. And he's still looking for a way to be as effective as he was before the patch. So he definitely got hit hard by it. I mean, him and JW, essentially, both of them haven't had the same impact since.
Yeah, but other people have shown that it's quite possible to play that way. Simple, being one, and I mean, it's a couple other people who've had like pretty big impacts. So it's still possible. It's just like find the right way of doing it and have the confidence to do it. I think more than anything.
I think that's the main key, the keyword confidence.
Yeah,
and he has been still struggling to find it. So we'll see if Kenny comes back to him. It would be a good time for him to come back now in this match because Envy are going to be their opponents. And so that is not going to be any easier here. You got them right there on your screen. NBK, Smiths, Happy, Kiyoshima, and Shoxy. One thing to point out right now is that Shoxy is calling for the team right now. So it's not the man in the foreground here at the top of the pyramid. It's Shoxy, the man on the far right. Smith's doing a very good Kiyoshima impression, though. You know, like he's, you know, be the best.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's basically like be the best. He's just like simplifies it. You know, he takes the extra stuff. Be the best you can be. No, just be the best.
I mean, I feel like Shox calling on this team is not such a stretch. Happy's done a really good job, but Shox, when he used to play on the Epsilon team, when he played with Fox Show and all the rest of them, one of the things he really was upset about was he felt like in order for anyone to play his position correctly, Shox had to almost like micromanage them, like to the point where it'd be like, I have to like stand right next to you, but I also have to play my own game, but I have to look at your monitor and say, no, that you have to do something different, right?
Yeah.
On this team, I feel like he actually trusts in that. I remember right when this team got picked up and formed, just the first thing I talked to Shox about was, are you going to trust in your teammates to really play these roles? Because we had just had the other conversation before the whole lineup was made, right?
That was like, Gamescom. It was after Gamescom last year.
Exactly, right after, and he was like, yeah, actually, this is finally I can play with people who actually will play their own role, and I don't have to tell them what to do.
Yep.
So I think that's also maybe accounting for the fact that Shox actually did really well on Inferno, which was his big downfall earlier. He'd put like 110% into calling and then have almost nothing left for the fragging, and that is obviously not how we want to play Shox or see Shox play. Well, they are going to stand up for a bit of a group hug and get themselves ready here on the Titan side. Who do you think? Who's your favorite Viz? They're going to be playing Cash as well, by the way.
They are going to be playing Cash. Strong map for Titan, but also a very strong map for Envy, so both of them fairly even here. But I always feel like Titan, they have a bit of an advantage versus Envy, just because it's like for the longest time, they were literally going 50-50, dead on in lands, right? They were 50-50, like just one team would win, then the other team would win, and then it was back and forth, back and forth. One thing, though, is that Envy beat that record, beat that curse last time by winning the 2 in a row. But you know what I say to that? Just means that Titan are going to win the next 2 because balance has to exist in the world. So for me, I've got Titan. I've also got a Lord bet going with Thorn right now that Titan are going to win. So, yeah. Well, the Titan are going to go farther than Envy in the actual tournament.
Okay, wow.
I'm willing to go that far.
That, I mean, there's a lot on the line because you realize if you don't win that bet, Thorin is never going to live that like.
Of course not.
Yeah,
It's not like I really care either, though. He's going to be like, "Oh, I'm the Lord." I'm going to be like, "Yes, you're the Lord, Thorin." You're the Lord. But there you go, right? So we're gonna have that going. So I think Titan can actually win right now, just because they haven't shifted up anything as far as we know. It's just more of a question of them coming back from this vacation that they took. They had a few days off. Now they're getting their heads back in the game. Whereas EnVy are clearly in flux right now, going so far as to have Shoxy calling.
See, this is what the Counter-Strike community has done to me. I can't use the word vacation now without sort of feeling self-conscious. I'm like, I'm not trying to troll anyone. I'm just, it's just a word. But you're right. I honestly feel really 50-50 about this. So that's obviously a little bit of a fence sitting going on. I would kind of like to throw it to Titan as well, but I'm going to have to go the 50-50 this time. I feel like it's such a close matchup. It's already starting off, and Apex did, in fact, spot the corner of Shox then, and it's going to be moving forward just a tiny bit here. Titan gets a start on that CT side, and trading evenly at the moment. RPK will drop Happy, who dropped Maniac.
But then spawning so much movement, basically. Apex and A main, RPK, 2 guys, 3 guys, basically. EnVy are instantly going for the B site. After getting that info, they aren't going to waste much time here. Kenny playing a key position, but the smoke goes out to block him off. He nearly hits that angle just right. He came so close to getting 2 headshots.
I love the fact that Shox is still staying behind. MPK will pick up Apex, and now he's ready in the vents here. Gonna go for the scope, gotta be careful. I think he's on a burst fire as well. No, it's just the one bullet there to take out RPK. And now it's Kenny in existence left, and a nice shot from Kenny on MPK. The bomb has gone down, though. So they are gonna have to move quick on this Titan side. Kenny's got the kit, and now when the smoke goes up, they try and run through, and Kiyoshima has had to shut it down. No choice, really, for Titan. If they stay on the other side, they definitely lose the round. And if they rush through, well, apparently they definitely lose it anyway. So that's kind of a lose-lose situation.
And you got to admire just the decisive play there by EnVy, where it's like they got the info, they realized there's 3 guys holding on A, and they played aggressive, so it's going to take them even longer to rotate over. Go B. Just do not stop, do not wait, do not waste any time. Get on that B site fast, because at most we have to deal with 2, at best 1. So just perfect call by EnVy, and then they just managed to keep control from there on out.
It's also kind of a nice trick. I think that was MBK jumping up on the box over at the B side, and actually jumping so that MBK couldn't, Kenny couldn't possibly headshot him as he jumped over. So that was kind of interesting as well. Good double from Kiyoshima. Does get returned on 1 as Smith goes down, and that was RPK picking up that kill.
Now Kenny with a bit of the lurk. We'll see if that pays off, but he's behind sandbags in mid right now. He's got support from Maniac as well, who's gone 5-7 Kevlar, but there you go, Shoxy. Under pressure, they didn't account for basically there being the same kind of setup by EnVy over at bottom mid, basically just being able to set up with 2 players there to set up a crossfire of their own. So in the end, things are going to balance out fairly well here for EnVy as far as they're concerned. 2-man advantage, and they're still just perfectly confident, just sitting, waiting, peaceful zen.
It's just like an attempt to like agitate Titan as well, saying, we've won, but we're gonna keep playing.
We'll take our time with it.
Yeah, we'll just take it very slowly. Let you slowly sort of accept the fact that this round is probably lost here. Existence, though, with a nice shot. Taking down MBK and Maniac. Coming up for the high ground here. Not a lot that he could do. Kiyoshima currently rocking a quad kill. We haven't seen many aces in this tournament so far. They always seem to get stolen at the very last second here. So maybe Kiyoshima could try and see if he could add to that a little bit.
I think it's rewarded here. I mean, Maniac is going to be heading in, basically, looking towards B Halls, looking towards Checkered. So many angles, though. It's a triangle of doom, a perfect one. Kiyoshima, he gets shut down. No ace this time. And we'll see if Maniac is actually going to be able to sneak around here, because he could just be waiting to see if this bomb is going to go off and then try to pick up a gun behind it as well. Or just trying to make sure that they cannot get out in one piece. He picks up both kills. Is there a kit somewhere? He just doesn't have the time. He's going to have to grab a gun, and that moment's hesitation might cost him. Does he get far enough away?
Yeah, he's fine.
Just barely.
Wow, that's just a stunning result for Maniac. Super well played. Survives with the kit and takes an AK as well. I was just wondering, you know how you don't play that much Dota, do you?
I used to play a lot.
Yeah, so when you've basically won the game, but you still keep playing, and you're sort of playing and say, we just need to kill Roshan one last time. Like, even though you've already won, you're like, we still need to one.
I was a real asshole one day because I played with a friend with his friends, and I got into a game like that where I was playing sniper and I ended up getting like 40 kills or something. But I was just like, make the game concede. I was just doing everything to make the game last, and they were just like, we're never playing with this guy again. my friend was like, you really did a number. I'm like, well, I was unstoppable. I was God.
Yeah, you want to continue, right? Maniac's actually playing a good position here. AK in the back, if they line up for him, if he gets a couple of kills, this could turn it around. Are they going to come back here and check? Eventually, they'll have to. There's Maniac with a good flick on one. Keeps going. Almost takes out Smith. That's 21 health. And actually Happy with the grenade. What are you doing, Happy? Oh, no. Team kill in there. We're going to count that a 2-for-1 in on Maniac's account. I don't care.
I'm fine with that. I won't argue there. And already some good damage going out. Happy, he's going to get that AK. And Shoxy making sure that the lurk, basically that the flank can't come in from Apex. So 3-on-3 scenario now after plant positions. And this is actually fairly decent here for Envy. Everybody coming up on Cat right now. Happy going to calmly click away Existence. Find that headshot there. He takes a bit too long though, and Kenny gets the flank. They're just putting such great pressure right now onto Envy. RPK still hanging around, trying to keep them on that bomb site just a little bit longer.
It's 2 rounds here where Envy just lose a lot of players, a lot more than they maybe should have. So now Titan have they've set themselves up for a really great comeback into this game, because if they win now, then Envy are probably going to be ecoing straight away, or at least have to go for like a mad force up. If they get the bomb down, maybe they would, but they have to do it now. The problem is if Titan lose, then all the sort of anticipation of making that comeback is probably going to backfire on them, and they'll feel really bad for not being able to pick it up here. So now is the time. Kenny playing all the way back.
All the way back, and actually this is interesting. This is already a different... There's a bit of a change coming through here from Titan. From what we saw online to what we're seeing now on LAN. Maniac is back on the A site. Apex back towards mid, playing in his customary position. Kenny there to support him. Okay, so they've gone back to what was their standard setup basically before on CT side for Titan. So this is the first buy round, obviously, but this is kind of bread and butter for Titan right now, what they've got going.
Yes, yes it is. And Envy again, they're playing a very, very slow style here. 50 seconds, finally going to go for the 1 boost, no more than that it seems, and the rest walking over towards the B bomb site. Right on top of the smoke here, Existence is going to pick up the first kill there on MBK, and Shox. Has he got the right timing here? Smith takes 1 turns, a quick 180, and RPK is there to back him up. Great teamwork from Titan. You've got to say, really overlapping fields of fire in the middle there, and Maniac will take down Kiyoshima. Happy to fall to RPK. That is a very clean and solid round from Titan, and everything that they wanted just happened. No bomb plant. Envy gonna have to eco here, and Titan, yeah, right back in the game.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, this is not going to be a forced buy scenario here. I mean, if they do, they're insane because they've got 2 guys who can barely afford it.
Yeah. What do you think? 6 kills on 4 members of Envy, and then Kiyoshima on 8. He's got more kills than the rest of his team combined, essentially.
Yeah, he's just doing work.
I mean, it's early in the game, but it's still kind of funny.
Oh, they're going to go for a multi-boost up here. Smiths.
Oh, is there going to be a grenade? RPK has one.
Apex doesn't have any, though.
He's on the other side, sorry. I thought for a second he was in the middle. That would have been great. It's a very common spot to throw grenades at, so...
It has become one, yes. Right now, as far as the setup is concerned, you already have the rotation coming in from Existence to bolster the defense, rather. As Apex is going to get forced back, trying to play it safe. Kenny with the pop flash over. Going to get a nice, clean shot there. Not the Shoxy. Happy, however, will hunt Maniac down, and that is just a chain kill. Kenny with the combo.
Was that like... I mean, did he shoot the grenade? Is this Unreal? You know, did he... You know, the plasma ball and then you shoot it with the laser. Is that what happened?
I'm just thinking like combo breaker. Yeah.
Well, 3-2, moving into the 6th round now, and Scout on NBK. Would seem ridiculous if not for the fact that we've seen him do some really stupid things with this weapon in the past. Double up setup already on Titan, and Existence being one of them, which was a surprise to us a couple of weeks ago. Now we've sort of accepted that happens now, apparently.
You know, we've grown accustomed to it. And he's proven to be a competent opper, so this could be a viable strat.
And I mean, from the people that we know who followed Source a lot, Vendetta for one, and a couple of other people too have reminded us actually in Source he was actually known as a really beastly opper as well. So maybe he's just coming back to that style again.
Look at Apex. This is not a common position at all. Molotov catches right on the edge, gonna get a bit toasty there, and Shoxy gets spotted. No, it was very clever there by Apex. Timing doesn't work out for him, unfortunately, where he would have been able to get the headshot, and we have a trade frag, or at least an attempt. NBK will get a bit of a tag, catch a piece of Existence with that scout. But Existence not quite able to pull the trigger fast enough there to pick up the kill.
No, it's just a little bit scary, but a lot of mid control for Envy as they make their way up towards the vents here. and can actually get clean in all the way into check it if they want to, which is going to be a little bit tricky for RPK and also for Existence here. Existence really has to cover RPK or he's going to be swarmed essentially. He picks up the first kill then, still up there, and they're going to line up against the back wall there. RPK getting the 1 kill, and Kenny trying to cover the crossover, doesn't quite get the shot there. And now they're at least up in the bomb site. Smiths with the bomb is going to be able to put it down. Happy covering the back line, and now it's a 3v3 retake coming up here for the Titan team. And this is to tie the game score, so very important round for Titan right now. If they can make it through. Maniac with their super kill. That's nothing actually Envy can do to try and get back in here. They should be able to just hold down and defuse, but oh, he doesn't have a kit. That's the problem. Maniac. It was Existence with the kit instead, and that might lose them the round. Maniac runs out and gets killed by Kiyoshima. If they had reversed the roles, if Maniac had the kit and Existence didn't, that was a 1 round instantly from Titan.
That's all we were thinking as well. That's all I'm thinking is, what is Maniac doing on that side? Not Existence.
Oh, that's rough. I mean, obviously, he was AWPing on top, so he was from the beginning. His role was covering, and I can understand how that can happen. But that's really that's a brutal way of losing a round.
It's heartbreaking. And now, well, forced by scenario, so it's not the end of the world here for Titan. They're still able to get some rifles on the board with an AWP for Kenny. So they did have a little bit of money, and RPK, early aggression there. They spot the men dropping down, and Smith manages to pick off RPK. Apex, however, returns on him, and right now this has turned into an out-and-out brawl in the middle. Kenny will hunt down Shoxy, but there you go. 4 players survive for Titan. Envy trying to go for very aggressive through the smoke mid-control, just does not make it work at all whatsoever. Titan just basically with a cold claw counter.
Shutting them down in a great position from Apex for the 3rd kill of the round for himself here. Titan bring it right back, and that means Envy now have to eco again, which is obviously annoying for them. If you want to play a fun game here as you're watching, and actually just to point this out, 4 members of Titan all have 6 kills. That's kind of cool. If you want to just have a game you can play with yourself, to try and look at RPK and how many rounds he just picks up like 1 kill. That is not really necessarily that noticeable, but just try and like do a mental note every time he just gets a kill and dies. But it's still like a kill per round is still very, very good. So it's not the most flashy style, but again, it's very solid. It seems to he's always capable of doing that.
He's like a cinder block, man.
Yeah.
It's the best kind of foundation. I don't know, actually, but, it sounds good. P250, though, and there you go. Perfect angle for Maniac. It's just going to be a cleanup. Kenny, Maniac, just completely annihilate that push. Oh, Maniac through the smoke. Zeroes in on Shox.
Really, Maniac? Really? You just knew that?
Okay, then.
Oh. Yeah, Thorin were here, there'd be some sort of aim-locking comment already. 9, 2, and 4. Yeah, this is a good anti-eco spray down. It's like we all love them. That's going to make it 4 and 4, by the way. This time, Titan do get to tie up the score. And then without the bomb plant, I mean, they are still going to have enough money to do for some sort of force up here, and then maybe have enough in the upcoming round to buy.
Very awkward, actually. They're going to get sandwiched here. Apex, does he come back out in time? He's right behind them, hot on their heels. He's going to go charging in. Can he catch Shoxy? He gets kind of caught in the smoke and disorientated when he goes through. Shoxy is ready and waiting for him. And now Kenny does manage to take out NBK, but this is still bomb plant potential here for Envy.
Nice Molotov to prevent that bomb plant from going down. Actually, the bomb is still stuck in there, but if they had it, definitely would have worked out just fine. Maniac goes down as well. What a round this is. Existence now to try and clutch this as all of his troops are already gone. So it's going to have to be up to the captain himself. Spray, it hits, but it doesn't kill Smiths.
And now Smiths, now they have all the time in the world. 50 seconds, that's a lifetime for Envy. They're not going to waste any of it. They're going to go straight for the plant. Did Shoxy take... What was that? Did Shoxy take damage from that HE?
Yeah, I don't know what that HE was. That was a very confusing grenade. Existence, he's going to be locked in a unwinnable crossfire almost. This is really tough to deal with. Walks in, ends up going down to Shox, who picks up a triple, and Envy will steal the round back at 5 to 4. But a good setup at the end there for Envy in that 2v1. Smart play, really.
Well, that was a CZ force buy basically from Envy, and they actually make it work. That's incredible. Straight up aggression.
Yeah.
Now, well, Titan, they had enough money, but...
I think as you were pointing out, the key thing in that round was, I think Apex coming out of the smoke in middle, and as you said, he was completely confused about what was going on, right? Probably couldn't even find the right angle to really look at, so...
Just imagine him, because RPK was up in the vents. If Apex manages to come through, they literally sandwich the Envy team, like half the Envy team right there in mid.
Yeah.
But because RPK only gets a 1-for-1, yeah, they went for the run boost, and Maniac gets spotted as well. But he still gets a kill out of that. He gets another one. No, that's Kenny lending a hand. NBK returns, and Kenny gets caught out in the open, down to 15 HP. Will find the shot onto NBK, though. And now it's down into a 3-on-2 scenario with Kenny going for the aggressive peek, and Shoxy's just going to completely... He's not messing around with that. Long-range shot from Shoxy, but it's going to be happy to pick up that kill instead.
Well, grenade down on one side. RPK still has smoke, still has a Molotov as well. Happy failing that flashbang a tiny bit, but he's going to get an opportunity to put the bomb down as a sort of minimum. Walking out and gets headshot by RPK. Again, the 1 kill in the round. And that's it. Titan, they win it back a little bit more. No bomb plant. And they could go for a force. They could actually go for 3 AKs and then a Tech 9 armor on the rest if they wanted to.
This is EnVy we're talking about,
yeah, it's
right?
EnVy, right? So that's exactly what they're going to do.
EnVy are literally like, they used to be kind of like, you know who used to have this style, a similar one at least, was Nip.
Yeah, that's true.
Nip would, every time, like if they had 3,000, they were buying, like regardless, like whatever happened, they were just gonna buy. And EnVy are kind of embodying that similar style where it's just like, yeah, we got you know, we got enough for CZ armor and some nades. Yeah, that sounds good. Go for it.
Well, another team that actually, like a bunch of the American teams, but especially Cloud9 would do it for a while. Not sure if it had the same effect. Good kills happening right now. Smiths and Shox opening up with 2. They've also lost 2 on their team. Jumping down already, and actually Happy was flashed, so he couldn't help out before Shox died. But this is still a 2v2 in a round that, I mean, EnVy again have invested sort of minimally in.
And the shots, are we going to see them? I mean, Smith is going to be able to get the plant and Happy with a key kill onto Kenny. This basically turns it all on its head. Now Maniac, I mean, this should be like nearly an unwinnable situation. Smith is going to have the time to be able to plant safe, making sure that it's in a position that Happy can support, and Smith will be able to stay on top of. Smith, however, getting caught out in the open, still going to take that fight versus Maniac and going to win it as well. This is just back and forth here in the middle of the half. Going towards the end of it, Kenny, EnVy are in control. Kenny and his team are down in the dumps. They've got no money. This is not enough for them to go for a buy. If they do, I mean, well, it's a double eco scenario. I mean, basically force with FAMASs in the next round and cross your fingers. Yeah,
I think that's what it's down to here. That's 2 rounds now. I mean, one of them was the C-set force up. The other one was this one with like limited AKs and a couple of pistols. And they still make these rounds work, which is obviously really troubling for Titan. Because even when, I mean, never mind that EnVy don't eco that much, but when they finally are forced back on economy, they still just keep buying and winning. It's yeah, it's got to be upsetting.
What the hell do they do next? I mean, in this round, they've got 2 PT-50s. 2 PT-50s and 3 USPs.
What just happened to that Molotov? I think that Molotov got like trapped in the box and it just kind of fell out of it. Which really should never happen. Like that.
Oh, it's random pockets and angles.
Yeah, but in my opinion, there should be no random pockets on that.
I agree.
It should be like a model of a box, but the box itself should be like completely just like one face. Either way, it's Kiyoshima, Smiths, and MBK. Everyone chiming in. Smiths wants more, and now Existence will be alone. And is about to run in to Smiths, who is just going to end up spraying him down after the reload there. Triple kill. And Existence, not a lot that he could have done then. 7-5. And now the question is, like you were talking about, do they go for this this kind of force? They kind of have to, because if they didn't, then at least last round they could have bought a bit more. Okay, so they're going to go for armor and CZ. I'm wondering if they couldn't just have done that last round in that case.
No. It's what you start to ask that question, you know, when do you go for, when do you not? I mean, now it's going to be a couple of flashes of smoke to work with as well. This might alert EnVy, however, to that, you know, there's something fishy going on here. They might be a little bit more cautious. And, you know, Molotov like that, you know, this is just them being extremely thorough. They just want to make sure that there's nothing lurking for them in mid. They're checking beneath the boost to make sure that Apex isn't there. They're going to take control of mid, and Happy is going to get clicked away by Apex. Still one of the damn best CZ players in the world. Him,
yeah.
Like with the Tech 9 and the CZ, he's just got crazy potential, Apex.
Really quite annoying, isn't it? So hard to deal with those CZ players. And over at the A-bomb site, it's just one person holding it at the moment. Maniac boosted up in his favorite corner. So if they come, I mean, it'd be great if he could pick up a couple of kills, but... And he's actually pre-aiming Speedway here. Because how many times hasn't he played here when that's been his downfall? So now he's ready for it.
Yeah, he has to know.
But they're coming B.
They're coming B, and they're going for one better, basically. They're wrapping around through connector, and they catch out Kenny as well, because they just spotted him go into that corner. Shoxy, MBK, I mean, a slaughter on the B site. They paint it red. Now it's just Maniac. what can Maniac really do? Well, okay, never mind. We saw what he was able to do earlier, where he just like wiped up the team single-handedly and saved an AK like a boss. So can he do that again? Not going to be the case this time. Kia will hunt him down. So Envy now, 8 rounds. They've got the best. I mean, they've basically done everything they needed to do. If they pick up the next 2 rounds, it's going to be a complete another catastrophe for Titan. These are best of 1s, not best of 3s. So it's this map basically that will put you through the semis and first seed.
Yeah, or you'll be playing Hellraisers in the consolidation match as well, which will also be today, in case you're wondering. Smoke up, flashbang over, just trying to control the middle a little bit, as much as you can when you're alone, basically. And Existence actually takes down Kiyoshima as they try and come through. That's a strong kill when you're alone like that. Envy going for a double smoke middle to try and zone up all of it, so they get in through vents really quickly, and that much is successful. That's going to be RPK not getting the kill. It's very close. Shocks on 12 health and hiding underneath there. Existence comes jumping down alone, and Happy finally goes down here, but this is still a scary round for Titan.
Still so close. Kenny Blind will pick up that kill, and Maniac with the lurk through B halls. I was looking up at the sky wondering what is going on when Existence dies to Shoxy like that. I'm thinking this is where it all ends. Envy just get control. They carry it on from here. We finish this 10-5, but somehow Titan, they keep going and they manage to make it work.
I think that is a result of RPK. He died, but he did a lot of damage and probably calls it out saying, well, there's 2 people down there. I did a lot of damage. And Existence just think, oh, what the hell? I'm, you know...
YOLO.
Yeah, my turn to be the hero, right? But it is a sort of move that really don't expect Existence of all people to do, right?
Exactly.
But I think that was the call. That was the information from RPK being put in really quickly.
He's usually so measured, right? You know, just...
Yeah.
Everything's so well thought out. Existence, listen to your brain. Don't listen to your heart.
Never go full YOLO.
Exactly. Well, at this point... Whoa, Smiths. Not going to hit that shot. Real close work, though. This is all over the place. What is going on?
Well, he's keeping a lot of them occupied, or at least was for a while. Now trying to put a couple of shots through. Really an angle that should be wallbanged a lot more, that one. Like, a lot more.
MBK corner straight in.
You can just... There's, like, a ton of angles back there you can fire through. Smoke goes off. Still got 45 seconds with the bomb making its way out the middle currently. See what they're going to go for here on the Envy side. It looks like Maniac... Oh!
What?
1 health left on Happy.
That was like a 90-degree flick.
That is heartbreaking. Grenade into the middle actually does a lot of damage to Shocks and Smiths, and a little bit of a follow-up grenade catching over there. Apex going to finally take down Kiyoshima. And the crossover here. Kenny looking to drop someone. He's out of bullets though, and Shocks will take him out. NBK with the kill. Finally goes down to RPK, and now it is a 2v2 here with Happy very, very low on health as well, and Shocks will take down, or will be taken out by Apex. Happy goes down as well. Great round from Apex to get the triple, and at least make it 7-8 in favor of Envy though, but who knows? I feel like this game is definitely not over.
Yeah, I'm glad to see some aggressive pushes coming out from Titan though. That plays more to their style, or at least Apex's style in general, where he wants to get out there, he wants to get in his opponent's face and basically dominate them that way. He's not a passive player. He wants to get in there and be aggressive and get control of the game. So for Apex, going for push is basically, you know, starting to play a bit.
There's something that I really specifically want to watch now, because I remember NBK telling me that over at Squeak, Maniac now is, or at least for a while, was playing here. And MBK was saying, well, I know exactly everything that Maniac does at Squeak. I'll never lose a fight to him. Like, yeah. I feel so confident that I can do this. So I'm wondering if that's going to change now that Envy are on the CT side, and see if Maniac is still going to try and take that fight, and is he actually going to come out on top, or if it's going to be different?
That's a good question. I mean, look, we already have him heading up there. This is basically like where he goes. Yeah. It's almost like watching like Complexity Swag way back, and he would just go Squeak every single round, but he would get stuff done from Squeak every single round.
Hashtag miss swag.
Hashtag free swag.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he is up there, so so much is you know, still going to be true, and MBK is holding by Forklift. Can sometimes be inside the A-bomb side as well. Either way, he's playing somewhere around the Squeak door area. But Maniac not really going to commit to it this time. It's all armor again. The full Glock train here on Titan. Nice headshot from Smith. Runs out of bullets. And that's what gets you killed.
This time around, he's not able to dance. Shoxy, though. There we go. That's what we expect from Shoxy, but it's still a 1-for-1 trade. That's not going to be good enough. Keo now just trying to hit the angle, and he's going to get double tapped down. Apex will free that angle up. NBK hits the timing just perfectly, and he's got Happy hot on his heels here, rotating in from that A site. Bomb will get planted for Titan, but it is going to be down to NBK and Happy now closing in, looking to see if somebody's going to peek, and Happy is this time going to be the one getting headshot down. Maniac not going to make it work, and NBK will fall to Kenny. There we go. Titan hitting their stride in the most important round of this half, pretty much picking up that pistol round so that they get a strong start.
Yeah, that's a huge round, obviously. Looked like he was about to spin out of control. Smiths with the one tab, then Shocks with the one tab. If they had just continued a little bit more, that would have probably been it. But yeah, the Glocks still reigning supreme, and I think a bunch of those players that got killed at the end did not have any body armor, so the one tab into the chest means the aim punch, I mean, that loses them every battle pretty much. So that is obviously a big deal. Quick boost on over to the middle. Titan not wanting to wait around, but sort of want to take control of this round and not play into any kind of scout play or any kind of aggressive pushing coming out from the Envy side. Really wanting to make sure that they're the ones controlling the pace here. But Smiths will take down Apex, who was pushed up rather far on his own. Yeah,
and Kenny's still here as well. He gets spotted, so now Envy know that there's a man very far up short right here. They have to worry, however, because they've given up control of mid. They don't actually have info on this, so they're trying to make up their minds now. They're rotating back to that B side at this point. 1-for-1 trade in mid as NBK gets caught. Rather, that's Smith's getting caught. NBK gets a kill. But Envy with the proper call to come back to this B site. They nearly fully rotated and committed off, to that A site, and that would have been a bit of a mistake.
Oh, that's the bomb down. Happy stealing it away from Existence. What are they going to do at this point? They just need a bunch of kills, and Envy are playing so solidly together. I mean, they're really making sure and stack up properly. And there will be a double kill for NBK in the round. A really good job as well. 9-8. And moving into the 18th round. A Titan now without any money. This is sort of like almost a repeat of the first half where it's just back and forth all the time.
Oh, look, I mean, already a bit of a shift, I suppose, just because we had 3 rounds that time, but it's just going to turn into the all-out brawl because Titan, they refuse to give up as well. They're going for the buy, so Tech 9, helmets, nades, whole shebang. Well, they look to see if they can't catch anybody peeking out early from Envy, but Envy right now are playing in such a way that they want to force Titan to show their hand. They don't want to run into any kind of, if Titan have forced up with guns, if Titan have gone for this kind of buy, they don't want to be running in there giving them a rifle or giving them an SMG even. They want to make sure that, well, Titan are in a position where if they want to commit to a site, they're going to have to walk into Envy's crosshairs.
Apex trading a bit of damage. I think he took one more than NBK, so I guess NBK wins that fight by a single point. Very important in the long run, obviously. Down to 55 seconds, the bomb making its way back towards the B-bomb site where Kiyoshima and still Shocks are holding over here. Looking to see if they can shut Titan out of it. And Kiyoshima, that's just a good peek and a great headshot. Tries to see if he can make a run for it, but they were closer than he was expecting, and he goes down to Maniac now. Can the backup be here quick enough? Shocks will need someone to come in and help him out. Smoke is up, and Smith is charging in before Shocks is even put into play. Still gets killed, and now it's a 2v2.
And 2 very low players left here for Titan. Apex and Maniac, so little HP. NBK there to just deny that plant flat out, and Happy up high is going to take out Apex. So each one getting a kill there. Smiths with 2 that round. Shoxy missing out on the action. But look at how even it is across the board for Envy as far as the frags are concerned right here.
Everyone in this whole tournament, in this whole matchup right here is just like pretty much in the same space. It's crazy, isn't it? I guess Existence is the only one who hasn't, breached into the double digits, but it's close right now. As a close game as well, 10-8. It could still go either way.
It really could. I mean, this is definitely not done. Titan, they take a hit there on the nose. Now they're just going to go for that round of eco, and they'll come back swinging right here in the next round when it comes to the rifles. Again, NBK and Happy, they tend to do this a lot now on this A site where NBK will just boost Happy up so he can look into main like this. A little bit. I'm wondering if it's starting to get a little predictable actually. Or he might have to start, putting that up on the shelf, let it sit, a month before he starts using it again, because people should start coming around that angle, pre-aiming that position.
Yeah, I think we've actually seen that as well. Now that you bring it up, I think we have seen that a couple of times. So yeah, you always gotta be careful. I guess when you die enough times, that's when you realize, oh, one little duckling couldn't make the jump, ends up falling down instead. No armor either, and they all get cleaned up. So that did look kind of funny. It's going to be EnVy picking up an 11th round, so 11-8. They're playing actually really solidly. I think they're playing better against Titan than I was expecting. So a lot of credit to them for really stepping it up here.
I agree. But a lot of that opinion is going to come down to this next round now. When Titan have the AKs, they have all the nades, so they can start putting what they've practiced into play.
Yeah.
And EnVy, you know, they're still holding on to their rifles. They've got everything they need. So this is where they truly clash and start going at it here. 3 players early onto that A site, just in case some kind of YOLO rush was coming out from Titan. Instead, that YOLO rush is potentially happening over at the B site if they could just find a kill. Shoxy up on the shelf. He's going to finally get taken out there by Apex, who's taken point. But Kiyoshima is still here, and the rotation may very well start coming through here.
Yeah, Maniac making a lot of noise over here, just being super annoying. And look at this, he's going to try to open up. Oh no, Maniac! He dies to Happy. And I think there was Happy that killed him the other time when he tried to spray him down with the AWP. This is not cool. The rest of the team making its way in there. They can find a good timing here. They can maybe kill Smiths, but Happy's there as well. Gets a double kill up on the box. They finally headshot him. But that is... Oh, that's a round that's slipping out of their fingers here. They had that one in the bag.
They hadn't shown the bomb yet either. Happy did not see it, but Smiths will spot out Kenny, and that's all the confirmation he needs. Rotation will start coming through here for EnVy. There's a man lurking in mid. That's Apex, but he's now the last man alive. Takes the fight and loses it versus Kiyoshima. So 12 rounds now on the board for EnVy. And well, Titan...
I don't know what to say. That was definitely very, very shocking. Should have been around, or should have been a... I mean, so the thing is, I mean...
That was like a simple level, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, if we interviewed Maniac right afterwards, he'd claim full responsibility as well. He's not one to make many excuses either. I mean, he'll definitely own up to stuff like that. But maybe the nerves get it playing a little bit in here as well. Just, you know, losing to EnVy always, I think, is a little bit more tough for Titan than losing to anyone else, really.
Exactly. I mean, there's so much history between these two teams, between all these 10 players. They've literally grown up playing the game together.
Yeah.
It's just, well, there's a lot of history there, and there's a lot on the line when it comes to that. Bragging rights as well. Happy going for his usual corpse shooting over here after having taken out Kenny. that's just Happy's calling card now.
It is.
It's like it could be at a crime scene, basically. If the ball is shot through, you know, full of holes, they don't need to look any further than Vincent.
It's like all these bullet holes. They're all post-mortem. Guy was already dead when he was shot. What's going on? It's got to be Happy. Let's call him up. Okay, 13-8. It's the 22nd round coming up. Titan are still not out of it, although now I'm starting to feel like it's really sort of leaning in favor of EnVy. They seem more confident. They seem to be sort of on a roll, and Titan are actually going to try and speed up behind this, getting pretty quickly in here towards the forklift. Kenny will trade, get the one kill in here, and Maniac picking up one more, and there's RPK with a stunning headshot to save his teammate as well. Otherwise, Maniac would have been dead already. So it's looking good here in the round. Kenny peeking out quickly to take out Shox, and it's Kiyoshima left, and he's going to run.
He's already rotating out of here, making sure that he can try and stay alive. Apex is hot on his heels, however. Going through the B halls. Is the timing going to be right? They peek each other. And Apex wins the duel, so no saving this time for Kiyoshima. No money saved at all for EnVy. Not that it matters a whole lot when you've got 2 guys up at 13,000 at the start of the round, but...
They've got a lot of money right there.
A lot of money. They're rolling in it.
13-9 now, so a little bit closer. I mean, this is going to be Titan winning this round and the next one before they force the eco on EnVy. So if they make it all the way to 13-11, then probably they'll get a free round right about then and make it to 13-12.
Oh, this is really nice. RPK.
Yeah, this is what we actually saw Hellraiser, I think, through the first time when they did this smoke wall. And it feels like they want to try and follow up on it. Molotov into the vents as well, giving a lot of control. Smiths to pick up the first kill there and drop Maniac. Existence
gets flashed out. That timing did not work. NBK now might be taking this fight with Kenny, missing the shot. NBK going to try and drag and readjust, but he's not going to get it done. Smiths has taken out Apex in the meantime, however. Smiths now with an AWP, 2 kills to his name. And look, in mid, on garage, Shoxy drops the bomb carrier. That's RPK now. So now it all falls apart essentially for Titan at this point. They've lost control of the bomb. They have to worry about somebody in the back file, and it's just going to be Kenny and Existence. At least Existence is already on a flank mission himself, so he could actually catch Kiyoshima.
That would bring it into a 2v2. They'd still have a lot to worry about because the bomb is not in their control, but it's a really important kill either way. They must realize Shox is back here, and he can play pretty far away from the bomb and still be able to catch them. That's one of the big things about the whole architecture back here. He could be behind the truck, he could be in any corner, and it's going to take them a long time here. 25 seconds. And they're going to boost up to try and see if they can catch him. I think that's a good idea, though. No, actually, they give up on that.
Well, there's the fight at range. Shoxy takes out Existence. Kenny trades, takes out Smith. Shoxy dancing, and he hits that timing perfectly with the last bullet in the gun. Last bullet, and he gets the kill.
Really. Steals an AWP and resets. Well, not quite. I mean, they still have some money on Titan, and they will buy here. Even if Apex can't buy, the rest will definitely go for it. Oh man, 14-9. If Titan lose now, they actually lose this best of one and have to play Hellraisers one more time.
And that was a close battle between the two, so if it goes back to that. One thing, though, is that neither of these teams wants to be in that loser match because then the pressure is on them. You know, in front of the home crowd, in front of the fans, they don't want to repeat. I mean, Envy in particular don't want to repeat from last ESWC. They want to go the distance. They want to get vengeance versus Fnatic in the finals. Oh, yeah.
Envy versus Fnatic finals definitely wouldn't be bad. It's always fun watching that one.
I'd be pleased. I'd be pleased. Shoxy gets the headshot. Really close call there. Gets the headshot onto RPK. I believe Kenny's over there scoped up with that AWP. He's trying to find a way in here. He's trying to find some way to bring it back. Existence very quickly taking over Vent, so this could be a little bit scary, but Kiyoshima keeps his cool. Manages to land that shot.
Oh, yeah, that was a wallbang from Kenny, just taking out Kiyoshima, who was trying to get away behind there. Smith's playing back of sight here. It's a 2v3. A lot of time for Titan, but they need to get the kills, and right now, Smith is making it hard. Getting a double of his own, and MBK coming up from behind. 15-9. No bomb plant, and Titan's money entirely reset here. Oh, wow. Envy, they really showed up on cash today. This is really quite cool.
All of a sudden, right? And this is where I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised, you know, that with the struggle that we've had these fast few rounds, no pause from Titan. Yeah. And this is a team that you would take eco rounds, hard eco rounds, and use those as timeouts, basically. We haven't seen a single timeout from Titan. So that's a bit surprising. They're usually a team that tend to do that, that will stop, talk, and then figure something out, figure out what's going wrong, and try to adjust on the fly like that.
Ooh. That is close to Happy getting caught out, but he responds really well. Molotov and Flashbang out, trying to buy time for his team to rotate in. He's going to walk into a corner. He feels they may have already checked, and he gets a really good double kill for it. Shoxy also picking one up, and MBK will finish it. They lined up for him 16-9. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Envy end up winning now for a third time as these two teams meet.
Yeah, and there's that applause that always comes like out of nowhere as well. But Envy first seed, Fnatic first seed. Essentially, as far as the seeds are concerned, all is right in the world. You know, all is right that these two teams are going forward.
Smith's almost getting denied the handshake then at the end. That was scary, but Kiyoshima helped him out.
Gifts were nearly made.
Yeah, it was almost a Peter, wasn't it? Like that's still one of the best moments. That was D-Man trying to shake Peter's hand. I love that. Yeah, so that's going to be it. That means the winners match gets taken away by Envy, and they are obviously into the playoffs, which is going to happen tomorrow. That means Hellraiser is going to play Titan again. It's a rematch, which Titan took earlier in the day. They did actually play pretty solidly against Hellraisers.
Yeah, they did. And, I mean, online, offline, both of them looking very solid. But let's go ahead and take a look at the group real quick, see how things are shaping up. So we have now Envy in that winner match at the top, managing to go through in first seed. Lower bracket final, essentially. The consolidation match. There's all sorts of names for this last match. But basically, it's the match that's going to sort out who goes on to the finals tomorrow and who goes home.
Yeah. Some strange people even calling it the consolation match, which I've never really understood.
The consolation match, right?
So it doesn't make any sense to me.
That really doesn't make sense, because it's like...
I think it's just people who feel like consolidation is probably like misspelled or something, so they're like...
It's too long.
I'll fix it.
Yeah, it's one syllable too long, guys. Yeah. Snip.
All right. Well, look. Either way, that's going to be the next game coming up, and who knows? I mean, Hellraisers they've shown promise. I just feel like avoiding Inferno would be really good for Hellraisers. I don't feel they're ready for it.
Yeah.
Their T side maybe, their CT side definitely not. They need a map where the CT side is just less impactful, where they could do a lot more. Like they need. Maybe a map where playing CT side is easier, so they don't have to focus so much on it. What would be a good map right now for that? There really aren't many.
Cobble?
CT side Cobble?
No, T side.
Yeah, but they need a map where they can play the CT side easily.
Easily?
Even Overpass is not that way anymore, right?
No. Although Hellraisers, I'd say if they could sneak Overpass in there, they should. I don't think Titan will let it through, though.
No, but I think that actually, I mean, Because I feel like their T-sides ran out great on any map, really. It seems like they've been playing well.
Overpass, they've always been good on Overpass Hellraisers. It's always been a strong map for them. So actually, that could be a great option. Cobblestone, not so sure. Don't really think that they've developed on it. I mean, it's tough as well because basically it's like which maps have they focused on in the pool since Mu has joined? So it's just like
there's another question that needs to be answered. Obviously, they kind of like brushed up on all of them. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm actually kind of excited. I hope they won't be picking Inferno. Not because I don't want to see them play, but just because I feel like that was a bit of a stretch from Hellraiser's point of view.
And Titans seem to be really on point on Inferno as well right now.
Yeah.
But then again, it's just like that's a map that they have known, vacation or not, they're going to come back and they're going to play pretty solid on the map. So nothing really too crazy there. I mean, if they could go to Cash online, at least when they played on Cash, Hellraisers had some very clever plays versus Titans. They were clearly on point, clearly on their game. So maybe Hellraisers are like, well, we got one win tonight on Cash. See if we can sneak it through. I don't think Titan would be opposed.
No, probably not. I think they'd be ready to throw down on that map. But look, we do have a winners interview with Happy from Envy. So James, take it away, please.
Thanks, guys. First team from Group B to make it through to the next day. How are you feeling?
We started really shaking against LLC, so I think we are glad that we put a good performance against Titan on their best map. So we feel confident now.
I spoke to Nathan earlier, and he was mentioning that he felt like you guys needed a bit more focus after your first match today, which obviously was very close with LDLC. Do you feel like you had that in this game?
Yeah, we were not awake against LDLC. They played well, of course, but like you saw on the stream, we were really good against Titan, and that's because we were focused and we really wanted to win. So everything went smoothly and we won.
You were awake for this one.
We were awake.
So going through, basically, I think your big rivals at the moment, you're going to be Fnatic.
What?
Sorry. Going through into the next day, your big rivals are going to be Fnatic, I suppose?
If I understood well, we played Team Dignitas, right?
Yeah, first, but okay, so let me reword that. Which team are you most worried about going into the next day?
Actually, it's Team Dignitas. Because,
oh, really?
Yeah, because we played against them on internet and they destroyed us. Oh. And they looked pretty good on LAN as well, on LAN setup. So yeah, we definitely will not let the same mistakes happen again.
Okay, so you're not even thinking about Fnatic yet?
Not for now.
I think that's a good, one step at a time, that's a good way to think about it. One thing Nathan told us earlier as well was that Shox is calling for this event. How does it feel for you, and how's it different? How much does your gameplay change not having to call?
It's really complicated to go into specifics. The main reason was we were in a slump and we needed gain of motivation. So we tried. He asked me, I said yes, and it was 2 days before the event.
Yeah.
So we were okay, let's just try it and see how it works.
So it's very new for you, but how are you finding it so far?
At least we have nothing to lose. We have this mindset now. Since we are switching so many stuffs, not so many, but important stuff. We are a new team trying to get to the top level, and we are fresh now.
Nice.
I think.
Very good, very good. Okay, congratulations for making it through. Great games today, and thank you guys for sticking with us. We will see you tomorrow. And we have one more game coming up for you. It is Titan and Hellraisers coming up very, very soon, but we'll go to a break and we'll be back in just a moment. Stick with us.